Hey, welcome back to another episode of Piece of Chaos. First of all, thank you for tuning in as always, or whatever you do to listen to this. You don't really tune in anymore, right? Been an interesting week. I had an idea that I wanted to talk about, and if you ever want to talk about any of this stuff that I bring up, so I'm not just hollering into an abyss, you can engage me on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. But and I don't know, I'd have to look back. I don't know if I've prattled on much about this on here before, but something that I really have come to believe in over the last I guess it's almost 8 years, maybe a little bit more than 8 years, something that's been a regular part of my life or whatever, has been meditation. And I just think it's really, really interesting, and the way it affects my, life or whatever, the way I handle getting through adulthood is profound. And it's something that you have to practice. Like, I figured it out. I didn't figure it out. I haven't figured anything out. But meditation caught me with this app called Headspace. And the reason I finally grooved a practice was because it was kind of like gamified. Like, it was a little game. The app would, take you through your meditation every day, 10 minutes or 20 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you want, whatever you can think you can squeeze in. What they say about meditation is that if you don't have time to take 5 minutes, then you really need to do it about 20 minutes or a half hour, which seems counterproductive, but it really is. It really is powerful that way. So anyway, I was using this app called Headspace, which basically gave you credit and would tell you, you're on a streak of 3 days in a row, kind of keep it up. And they had these little badges, which all it was a badge, which is like, hey, you made it 3 days in a row. Hey, you made it 5 days in a row. And they were incremented so that it was very enticing. Like, when I got to 5 days, I was like, oh, good for you, buddy. You did something you wanted to do to improve yourself for 5 days in a row, and then 10 days, and then 20 days, and then, hey, your first month. And once you get like a month, you're like, well, you start to see the impact, and you're like, I'm going to keep going. Maybe I can get 2 months. Maybe I can get 3 months. And by the time I was that deep into it, at some point it switched to this achievable badge of a year. Every day for a year. Keep your streak going every day for a year. And I think it was the second year I was using the app that I kind of decided, like, I'm going to get this. I want that badge. I want that year. I want to do it every day. And, it's 10 minutes a day or whatever. And, well, by the time I got that year badge, which I did finally get that year badge, there was no excuse. Like, it wasn't like, now I can drop it. like it's like, oh, this is essential to the way you think, and helping you think through things better, to react more calmly to circumstances, to not let your mind run away with things that, derail you. Like they say that, let me think about it. I think anxiety is living in the future, and I'm going to get this wrong. Regret is living in the past. I don't know, something like that. But basically, like, if you allow your mind to focus on the past, which you can't do anything about, you live in this world of regret. If you focus and fear things that might happen in the future, it's anxiety, and why are you worrying about that? You're probably wrong. There's tons of quotes about that, like, for thousands of years. Smart people who figure it out are like, no, don't worry about that. Like, you're probably wrong. Like, but what if they say no? Yeah, what if they say no? Play that out. But instead of playing it out, you just don't do it. Or, well, what if I do this and then this happens? It's like, oh yeah, that's one possibility. And if the Marvel universe has taught us anything, there are multi dimensions and differences that could play out in millions of different ways. And that's both daunting and freeing from a decision-making standpoint, because you're like, well, yeah, that might happen, or something else might happen, and I have no idea what that'll bring, but this feels right. So it's an interesting. It's like this idea where you basically slow down and recognize that your mind is always going to throw shit at you, possibilities at you, scary things at you, good things, tantalizing things, whatever. That doesn't mean it's real. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. So anyway, all that to say that I was doing my meditation the other day, and I've since actually switched to another app called Waking Up by Sam Harris, which is really good because not only does it have the meditations and the guided meditations and things like that. The point being why I switched is I don't really feel like I need the badges anymore to convince me to do it. So like I've been trying a bunch of apps. There's another one called Calm that's really good that does like long meditations with cool bells and endings and tropical rainforest sounds and all that kind of stuff. But to learn to groove the meditation, I like the gamification of Headspace. But since then, I mostly use the Waking Up app because not only does it do the meditations, but there's also lectures in there about mindfulness and the science of what's going on with your brain and why this works and why it's been around for thousands of years and millions of years and however long humans have been creating giant stone statues and things of people sitting quietly and meditating. Like, there's a reason somebody spent time building that into the side of a mountain. It's not because they just thought it was a cool picture. It's not even of a particular person like Mount Rushmore. Like it's a reminder to sit down and quiet your mind and watch your thoughts, and it's really powerful. So anyway, I use this Waking Up app, and it is a guided meditation, in that they'll kind of talk you through it throughout. So if you're in like a 10-minute session, maybe they'll break in a few times and just give you a little reminder of what you're there for, because your mind will wander. But anyway, in one of those little kind of side comments during meditation, Sam Harris, who's kind of the narrator of it or whatever, he said, think of your thoughts as waves on the surface of your mind. And it felt like fireworks went off in my brain, because I was like, oh, what a revelation that is. Like the metaphor of waves on the ocean being just like your thoughts, both in importance, power, and sort of visceral nature, but also ethereal. They disappear, they're unique, they rise and fall, they crash and go back into the ocean. Everything you can think of that's a metaphor around how waves behave, if you think of your mind that way, and the thoughts, it's like, well, yeah, I guess one wave, a little tiny wave lapping up on the ocean, is really no big deal. It comes, it goes back out, no big deal, nobody's hurt, everything's cool. A tsunami, a powerful wave that you power through feeding, can wipe out an entire city. So is your mind calm? Is it whitewater constantly? Is it giant storms in the middle of the ocean that knock over ships? Or is it like a Caribbean Virgin Islands ocean that just kind of slowly touches your feet in clear waters, and you can see what's going on, and it's warm and it's comforting? Anyway, that metaphor just blew me away. So I wanted to thank Sam for that. And if you're listening to this, you'll get why I think that's, if you've been listening to this through, 70 episodes, hearing me rattle on, I think you'll get that I just really dug that metaphor, and I thought it was a really interesting way to calm down your mind a little bit. Not everything is an absolute emergency. Sometimes just thinking about it a little bit, seeing it for what it is, which is just a random thought. Like, you could see how, like, if you had some kind of fear, like, all it is a fear. All it is a thought. It doesn't mean it's right. Sometimes you're right. Sometimes you're right. Sometimes you think of things and it's a good thing you thought of them. That's how the mind works. But if you can slow them down and separate the good thoughts from the bad thoughts, or the possible, the real from the imagined, it gets pretty powerful. And that's part of the reason why I guess meditation works, is it allows you to slow it down, look at the thoughts, and be like, oh yeah, I don't have to worry about that. That's not a big deal. Even when you did fuck up, and you recognize that you did, and you look at that and be like, boy, all right, well, can't do anything about it now, except never do it again. Apologize for it if necessary. Move forward, do better next time. See the thought coming. Don't let it boil into, like, think about like road rage or something like that. Somebody cut you off in traffic. Okay. Your body's responding because what if they had hit me? I almost got hurt or whatever. And so you're angry. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad example. I don't know. Give it some thought. I have no sponsors. Nobody's paying me to support these meditation apps. It's just something that I think was pretty great and helped me a lot. And that metaphor of the waves on the ocean just blew me away. And I was like, that is a good topic for a podcast, especially because I don't have a guest again this week. It's getting frustrating a little bit. I do have one scheduled. I literally have one scheduled. It's on the calendar. It's so exciting for me. I just think, people are busy. People are busy. And I'm busy. But this is important to me, so I will do it as regularly as I can. I try to do it every week. So thank you for sticking with it. I guess if one of these ones that... maybe I'll do another one this weekend. It's just the way I use my time has changed over the course of the last few months because of work and life. And so I fit it in because I love it and I appreciate you. And that's it for now. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.
You're really a part of me. Yes, I've got you under my skin. I've tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair ain't never gonna go too well. Why should I try to resist when, baby, I know too well that I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything come what might for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that rings in the nights